Because really, people comment about your beard, you know that.
Yeah, we should do a trimming video about beard.
Oh, on your beard. Oh, yeah, we're gonna ask our expert Mikey to trim your beard. This is really cool. I've got my tea, I've got my t-shirt. This is getting worse. Life is beautiful. I've got my tea here, green tea. I've got Tommy right next to me. Welcome to the beautiful world of aquascaping.
Hello guys, welcome.
What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about your tanks with Tommy.
Yeah.
But you have to know that this is our personal opinion, and I do really seriously think that the most important aspect of aquascaping is that you like what you do. I don't even think that I'm right. Actually,
You always think you're right, but that's another topic.
we will try to squeeze in as many tanks of yours as possible, and if you don't have it, blame Peter, the editor. And I'm also sorry about all the name pronunciations that we're going to use in this video, because some of you guys are coming from other parts of the world and we don't know how to pronounce your name properly. Bruno Fiorenza, you must be Italian.
That was really poor.
All right, so I really hope that you're going to like this video. Let's jump in.
Let's dive in. You've never used the phrase "let's dive in aquarium."
Whoa. These tanks are good for trying out what you can and what you cannot if you don't listen to us.
Wow. But at first glance, I thought that we're seeing a bit of Josh's tank behind me.
I see some algae at the bottom and I see some nutrient deficiency symptoms. Oh, I see the problem now. It's water temperature, 26 degrees. So guys, this is one of the most important takes from this video. You can not do an algae-free tank on 26 degrees Celsius.
Even simple fan coolers are quite good. You can drop 3 or 4 degrees with those.
A proper planted tank, using the plants correctly, I would not spread out the Alternatera rheinici so much. You don't do that in nature. I mean, I would concentrate. The reds are just popping out of the scape, so you really need to concentrate that. That doesn't mean that you should put all the reds in one spot. Have a bigger bush of red on the right side. Don't laugh, Tommy, because I said the word bush. Have. You should work up a lot more vertically. The hardscape is at the bottom. There's nothing happening at the top. Nice star filter on.
What I see immediately, the lack of fertilizers. So the crypts on the left and the echinodores on the right, you can see that it doesn't get enough fertilizers. The tank itself doesn't have a substrate layer, and probably that's the reason for it.
He's only fertilizing with the Secam nitrogen, which is just not enough. So no phosphates, no traces. So if you can, just watch our fertilizing tutorial and you'll know a lot more info about that. Hey guys! Hey Balazs, what up? Good news is that we have a new sponsor for this video. It's Skillshare. For those of you who did not hear about this before, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring videos for creative and curious people. Just like you and me, Tommy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Some of my favorite topics are photography, design, video. For example, you can learn how to make better pictures of your planted tanks. Yeah, you guys know that I used to be a TV director for many years, and I'm using that knowledge here in making of these videos. Yet I discovered some really interesting classes. For example, the iPhone filmmaking with Caleb and Niles.
What's up everyone, my name is Caleb.
I'm Niles.
And we are filmmakers at Moment.
They're using some anamorphic lens to shoot iPhone videos. I really learned a lot from it, so there's always room to improve. Also on Skillshare, you can explore new things like creative writing, music, or even web development. The lessons on Skillshare can help you stay inspired and express yourself. Sounds interesting. And the first 1,000 of our subscribers to click the link in the description will get a 2-month free trial of premium membership, so you can explore your creativity. And after those 2 months, it's going to be less than $10 a month with annual subscription. This is a cool low-tech tank from Italy. No-name RGBs can be like very dimmed ones. But if you don't have CO2, like in this case, it's not a problem.
Please never put angelfish in anything under 200 liters. It's like if you would be put in a 1 square meter room for your life. Plant-wise, these are simple plants in simple conditions and they look fine.
So don't be afraid to rescape the tank regularly. You'll know a lot more about scaping a tank, about how to use Hardscape, about how to use plants, about the different plants, the needs of plants, etc. So it's really good to have that.
Oh, that's my style.
It's a 90p tank with an OASE 600. That would be, again, borderline small.
Even in the old shop, we've used the 2275, which is the equivalent of the Biomaster 600. It's fine for a 90p, unless it's really overrun with a lot of light and a lot of CO2.
It's a nice V-shaped scape. You can see the planting in the background is really tidy. 26 degrees of water.
Gonna be too much.
It's gonna be too much. You have to go back to 23, 24, do whatever it takes.
Until Balazs told me it's a 90p, I was guessing a 60p. And that's because you don't use the height of your tank.
Yeah, we get a full scaping video now. Check this out. It's a dry start method.
I'm already saying those rocks are too small.
Oh yeah.
You just put a huge one in the middle to start off and then put the small ones around. If you don't want to buy as much plants as Balazs would tell you to do, then you can just split them up into very small pieces. It's about the same effect.
Yeah, bigger rocks and CO2. Okay, good job though. I don't like the idea of not having a filter. Okay, so Farad, he was here in January at Green Aqua. He knows a lot about biology. He can keep healthy plants with just some algae on them. This is a bit too, I would say, patchy for me. So you don't have a center of attention in the tank. If you do have black brush algae, you should definitely get some Cleton Corona snails. Those will eat it.
Or even if it's just a very small amount of just a few leaves, then just cut them off.
Pink flamingo is better. Check that out. I love the pink flamingo. Check this out, Tony.
Whoa! That's cool.
This is a really cool tank.
That's really cool.
Right? And this tank is one reason why most beginners will fail in this hobby. Because this tank, brace Tommy, has no CO2, no filter, no fertilizing, and it's been running for 3 months and it's looking like this.
Yeah, I quit.
Guys, don't do this at home. It's very dangerous. If I would want to do this at home, I promise you I will not be able to do it.
This is against everything we say.
Check that cucumber out. I love that snail snack there.
Is that a very small discus fish? Discus need to be in a company.
Discus fish and planted tanks do not really go together.
Probably it's either not gonna be warm enough for the discus or it's gonna be too warm for everything else. Take the thermometer off the front glass. You don't need to see it all the time. Put it somewhere else in the back.
You already know
side.
that it's too hot.
Yeah.
Look at this, Tommy.
Yeah.
Super advanced level.
Yeah.
Was the Biomaster 600?
Whoa. 600 for 60p.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I'm
He's
talking
been
about.
watching.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's been watching you.
What's the temperature? 26 degrees.
Doesn't matter. It looks good.
I can do like a trimming video without the cut for 15 minutes. A mantra, a temperature mantra. 23 degrees Celsius in planted tank. 23 degrees Celsius in a planted tank.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch it.
Good job, look at this, crispy, clean. The Zen tank.
The fish in the middle, that's the zen about it.
Yeah,
It
look
looks
at that.
fake.
I've never seen a Siamese edge eater stay like that. How did you do that? The plants are super healthy, the composition is cool. I love this tank, man.
Yeah,
Good job.
this is a really good thing.
It's something else, and for me, it's the best hardscape today.
I love the plant selection and the placement of the plants.
So let's see what's the problem with the
algae.
With the algae. So Eheim
Fresh
filtered.
tank,
So it's
isn't
an IDP tank.
Yeah.
Eheim 2217.
The-
Standard media. That's the
okay,
problem.
that's the problem.
Okay, so we found your problem. It's the filter media. With your hardscape composition skills, you deserve an algae-free tank. It's getting better and better. You've got a nice V-shaped composition with nice plants in the middle. He was a 17-year-old aquascaper from...
This is really cool. We've never done something like this.
No, I love it.
Mixing some rotella-like, we'll scrape off the algae from the left side of the wood.
Yeah, you're there,
That's-
man.
That's all I can say.
If you start like this at 17, I think it's a really good way to have a tank like this today for me at home. I would be happy to have this.
it's perfectly fine.
Look at this. Okay, the top again.
The top is missing, yeah.
The top is missing. So you need to put some things at the top. Next one is a Polish tank from Simon.
It looks really healthy.
It does.
My only issue is that you have these exact lines of plants. So you have a line of Monte Carlo, then you have a line of Lobelia, and then you have a line of Limnophila.
It looks like a
And
2D tank.
Yeah.
So what Josh Sims said about layers, that's lesson number one for you. From my perspective, you should just build layers, build depth to the tank, and you'll be fine.
And also choose smaller fish.
It says that it has no CO2. I don't believe you. I think you're trying to deceive us.
I'm sorry, we are not trying to accuse you of lying or anything. It's just, it's weird. You can grow Monte Carlo without CO2, that's not an issue, but having it this dense, that's what makes it a bit unbelievable.
The next tank is from a fellow Hungarian, Levente. Szia.
Wow, look how blue that shrimp is.
I really like the composition. I can see that you're bringing the lines
Yeah, that's
from
really good. The
bottom left
continuing
to
light.
top right, and you've got the golden ratio on the right side, so it's a quite cool tank. You also know how to grow plants with the CO2 injection. Water temperature 26, 27 degrees. Are you kidding me, Levente? 23 degrees Celsius in planted tank.
Most people approach an aquarium from keeping fish. And when you look online what a fish needs, you see high water temperatures. 99% of the fish are fine in much colder water than what you would find online. That's the misconception behind all this temperature problem. Trust us, it's gonna be fine. Oh, this is a cinematic
Nice
video.
editing skills. Oh, that's a nice gimbal.
Yeah, there's a
So
gimbal on the
Chubby
right
has
side.
already spotted the gimbal. The next tank is from Malaysia. It's made by Pierre Opai Kasim. I really like it. He excused for the fish poop in the foreground. Just saying.
I don't know if it's just the lot of light in the middle, but I get a very big sense of depth.
The next tank is from the Netherlands, sent by Remy. Yesterday, I built this aquascape with my girlfriend. Very nice. It's very good to hear that you make this a couple therapy. You created a really interesting space below that wood, so I really like that dark area below the wood.
The white sand, if it's really white, you're gonna hate yourself. That's gonna be full of algae really soon. Also not really natural.
Also, don't add fish on day one.
Yeah.
Not even for the video.
Yeah.
Please don't do that. It looks to me a very, very small tank, highly overstocked. Filters with sponges are not very efficient. They don't have enough surface for the beneficial bacteria to do the nitrification of the ammonia. I'm not a big fan of planting plants in the sand.
There is at least 2 or 3 anubiases planted in the sand. They will suffocate. You should always attach them to wood pieces or rocks or anything, but never put them into sand or soil or whatever, because they won't survive that.
But on the upside, this looks much better than my first tank. So I think you've got the potential to just go higher and higher. So no worries, guys.
That's a huge amount of microzorum.
Judging by the picture composition rules, you're fine. You have the golden ratio point on the right side, the bottom of the valley, that's okay. You've got the V shape, but still the microzorum overtook everything.
Is that a huge leaf of lotus?
I love it.
Facing towards us.
Yeah, that's a very, very cool thing to do.
That's really cool.
I love it. Those are eggs there.
Yeah,
I love this.
This is hardscape
This
only.
is bold. If you have, this is cichlid tank. So if you have fish like this, just go for hardscape. What plants would you consider for this tank? Nope. Perfetto, huh?
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put a vinyl on the backside so you don't see all the shadows on the curtain behind it. I would mix up the hardscape a bit. So if you would just put a small piece of root here and a few small bits of rocks in here, then now it's like rocks on the left side and wood on the right side.
I forgot to tell you that one of you guys were mixing the reverse osmosis water with tap water, and I see no point in that. If you have a reverse osmosis system at home, try to eliminate the tap water factor.
You spend a lot of money on making clean water and then you're putting back all the bad stuff into it. If the filter wasn't in there and the snail wasn't in there, I would believe this for at least 60 liters. And it should be around 20 or something.
40 by 24 by 28.
One of the main goals when you're building, for example, if you're building for competition, is that you make everyone believe that your tank is much bigger than it actually is. This is a perfect example of that. He's been watching our videos.
He's been watching our videos.
That's for sure.
Well, we thank you, Sean, for your support and for this wonderful video. Until now, I think this was the best experience by watching a viewer's tank. The only thing that we discussed here with Tommy is the top half of the tank, right?
The stems need a lot of growth in the back, and actually if you reach that, probably I would put a few more pieces of wood in between the stems to reach higher levels with that as well. If you make a video in this quality, or even just a photo, take out all the technical stuff from the aquarium.
Actually, this movie communicates that this whole hobby is about the harmony of the fish and plants and everything else. All right, so I think that we're done, Tommy.
Yeah, it's been quite a long run.
The level of the tanks is exceeding my expectations, and the effort and the love that you put into making them is something that drives us. So thanks again. If you do like this video, please press that thumbs up button. I'm dum-dumming it again. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe if you didn't do so yet. And we have a membership if you want to support this video production and the 7 hours that we spend here every week. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye. Let's go to sleep. Let's pull this out. That's
it.
I'm not sleeping with you, Tommy.
No.
I'm sorry about that.
We're going to be separated by the remote.